Taylor had always led a life full of routine and purpose. She was dedicated to her fitness regimen, enjoyed her career, and spent her weekends exploring the outdoors. Her life was a carefully balanced equation until one fateful night changed everything. It began with a casual dinner and a few drinks with friends, where Taylor met Mark. They hit it off effortlessly, engaging in lively conversation and sharing many laughs. The night ended with them dancing closely at a local bar, and as the evening deepened, their connection intensified. In a moment of uninhibited passion and perhaps a bit too much alcohol, they ended up together, and Taylor didn't think to use protection. The weeks that followed were routine until Taylor's body began signaling changes. A missed period prompted a visit to the doctor, where the unexpected news came: she was pregnant. The shock was palpable. The only man she had been with was Mark, and though their encounter was memorable, she knew he was not someone she wanted to build a life with. The decision weighed heavily on her. She didn't want a relationship or a child at this point in her life. After a lot of soul-searching and countless sleepless nights, Taylor decided to keep the baby. She felt that despite the circumstances, she could offer her child a loving home. Thus, Richard was born a year later, and Taylor embraced her new role as a mother with determination. She poured all her energy into providing for her son, keeping her life as private as possible. Mark never learned of Richard's existence, as Taylor chose not to disclose this part of her life to him. Years passed, and Richard grew into a bright, curious child. As he approached his 12th birthday, he began asking questions about his father. Taylor had always been honest about the absence of his father but kept the details vague. She was unsure of how to handle the situation until one day, while shopping for baby clothes for Richard's younger cousin, she unexpectedly ran into Mark. Mark was with his girlfriend, and Taylor, caught off guard, found herself face to face with him. He greeted her warmly, congratulating her on the child she had with her. The congratulatory words were bittersweet for Taylor. She knew that Mark didn't realize the boy he had just congratulated him on was his son. As Richard continued to ask about his father, Taylor faced a dilemma. The idea of introducing Mark into Richard's life stirred a mix of emotions within her. She had kept her secret for over a decade and had managed her life on her own terms. Yet, Richard's questions made her reconsider. Taking a deep breath, Taylor decided to reach out to Mark. She penned a carefully worded letter explaining the situation and the existence of their son. She included her contact information, hoping that Mark would be open to meeting Richard. Weeks went by, and Taylor was anxious about Mark's response. When the reply finally came, it was a mixture of surprise, regret, and genuine interest. Mark expressed his desire to meet Richard and understand more about the boy he had never known. The meeting was arranged, and Mark approached it with a sense of nervous excitement. When he met Richard, the resemblance was undeniable, and the connection was immediate. Mark was moved by the story and the courage Taylor had shown in raising their son alone. He acknowledged his past mistakes and expressed his willingness to be a part of Richard's life. But Taylor made it clear that while she welcomed this new chapter, she wanted to ensure that Richard's well-being remained the priority. In the end, Taylor's decision had given Richard a chance to know his father, but also allowed her to continue being the strong, independent mother she had always been. The journey was complex, but Taylor navigated it with grace, providing Richard with the love and stability he needed while opening a new door to the possibility of a broader family connection.